everybody. Welcome back. It feels like it's been ages, and I know it's only probably been a couple of weeks, but it feels like longer. And I'm back in the studio today, which is fantastic. Finally have internet working, so thank you, Adam, because I really needed your help with that one. We've got loads of shows coming up, lots and lots of requests coming through, so keep an eye out on the pages for those as we announce them. Let us know what you've been up to music-wise. Have you been to any shows the last few weeks? I feel like it's just kind of all cramming into one, and I don't really know what I've seen lately. But yes, so we're going to welcome Zac into the room. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very good.
We were talking before we went live. You've been pretty busy this year.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah,
tied the knot in April earlier this year, and then went and did the honeymoon, and now we have an album coming out, so a little bit full on.
Very full on. I know we were talking also before we went live about the album finally being here, which probably feels quite strange that it's tomorrow.
Yeah, especially considering that we recorded most of it all throughout 2023, and we had it finished at the end of 2023, and like I said, brought the singles out last year, and now to finally have it coming out, it's just, I don't know, it feels quite weird. Like whoever thought that we'd be here now putting an album out when we started out together. So it's I don't know. I don't really know how to feel. I think I'm emotionally dazed at the moment.
Yeah, it'll all feel. Yeah, it'll just be here, and you're like, is it really here? You won't feel like you've woken up. Are you going to sit up to midnight to see it tick over, or just go to sleep and enjoy it?
I might not have a choice. I didn't sleep that well last night either. I think it started to get my brain ticking over. So I don't know. I'll try and get some sleep, but I don't know how that's going to go.
Oh, there goes my phone. I'm sorry. I'm back in the office, and now I don't know where I have everything. It's all weird. I'm excited for you. I can't wait to actually get to see it come out, because I feel like we've sort of been watching you on this ride for so long, knowing that it's coming, and it just felt like a bit like forever. So it's really, really exciting to know that it's here. I had to even double check the dates, because I'm like, am I sure that I've got it right?
Yeah, no, I keep doing the same thing every time someone asks me. I'm like, hang on, I'm getting my days crossed up here. Pretty sure it's tomorrow.
It'll be gone and you won't even think about it. Tell us a bit more about the honeymoon and the wedding. Where did you go for the honeymoon?
We went to Fiji. We did one of them 5 or 6 night honeymoon packages, and we originally we're going to try and go overseas to Europe again, do like a bit of a summer Europe thing, but we sort of had to wind our neck in a little bit, and how about we just go and relax instead of, every time we go overseas we just go, try to do as much as we can. We went, how about we just go and just relax for a little bit and actually enjoy it, and God, we needed it big time.
Did you actually do that the whole time? You actually did relax and enjoy it?
Pretty much. Well, I reckon the first 2 days I think we were both just wrecked, because we got married on the Saturday and then flew out 7 a.m. on the Monday. So we were, I think we just spent the first 2 days half just lazing around and sleeping, and then got a bit of life about us and went and did some things, for the next few days. But I just made it a point to throw the phone away and just not do anything.
Had you been before? Had you both been there before?
Not to Fiji, no. Yeah. But we tried to pick somewhere close that made it relatively easy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Would you go back? Is it a redoable spot?
Well, I'll definitely go back to Fiji, but I think
different.
There's so many different resort. Like when we're trying to pick it, there's just so much to choose from. So I think if we went back, we would try something else, just to mix it up.
Have some fun. There's lots of people popping in the room tonight, and before you jumped on in the background, we realised that there's a new feature tonight that sort of runs the comments without us having to do it. So if the comments come up and they don't work, put it in again, because I've got no idea how it works, and Scott's probably smarter than me, and is smarter than me, and he probably knows, but I don't. It's doing some interesting things. So you guys current. So I guess we'll start with the single because it is kind of the current single, isn't it? But it is also the title of the album. Tell us a little bit about the single and why you've gone with this one now. Obviously, probably the name, but
Yeah, well, The Music Lives On is sort of about a few different things. It's kind of the song that ties all the other songs in together, kind of a reflective, we've made it over the hill, faced all our challenges and come out the other side sort of song. But it's also mainly a song dedicated to my grandfather, Big Pop KC. I'm from I have quite a musical family, and he was the leader of the band, so to speak. And I always wanted to dedicate a song to him, and fly the flag, and sort of hopefully making him proud, sort of thing. So yeah, it's sort of that reflective song, and I'm talking to him and just saying, hopefully you're looking down and the music lives on.
Yep.
The whole idea actually started with it was an idea for a tattoo many years ago.
Oh, really?
That I wanted to get, and that sort of bounced around a fair few ideas in my head, and then one day I just connected the dots, and it became the song, and then it sort of became the album. So yeah.
Did it become a tattoo?
Not yet. Like it will. I've just been too busy spending my money on other things, but one day, yeah.
One day. So I love that story, and I am a bit like you. We've not musical, but involved in the music industry growing up, and being part of that industry. It kind of, yeah, that extra meaning, and that's a really lovely way to celebrate it, and especially being your debut album title as well. Kind of just all ties together beautifully. Is this one that when you wrote it, was it originally one that you thought would become a title song, or was it sort of one that just happened in that respect?
Like when I knew I wanted to sort of do an album, I knew I wanted to sort of make it like about music itself and sort of pay homage to music. And then I also knew I wanted to do a song for him, and then it kind of just went hand in hand. But like it didn't start with this song. It was probably one of the last ones that actually got written. I think once I started writing, and the songs kind of had a chronological order, it just at some point just made sense that that would be the last song that would become the title to the album, and like that it would all end there. It kind of naturally happened. I wrote a song for him probably 10 or 11 years ago, 12 years ago. So when it come time to actually write this song, I sort of went back and I was like, I'll touch this up and see if I can improve it. It was a pretty shocking song, to be honest with you. So I just kind of like it took a little bit to get there, but then sort of once all the dots connected and it all got flowing, it just it sort of wrote itself pretty quickly.
I just love how it's just kind of just happened, and it's just like it's been meant to be all this time, and it's fallen into place for you. When you guys, and that kind of leads into another question that I wanted to ask is, when you are doing the album, you obviously didn't write this one as the title and then go from there. So when you put the songs on the album, was it something that you're like, well, I'll put it on the album in the order that we write it, or do you sort of tailor it to, like, is there any rhythm to how you did that before you sort of got to the title, I guess?
Massively. I don't know if this is normal, left field, or weird, but I sort of, I probably don't have that creative spark like all day, every day. I think there's so much going on that occupies my brain that, I'll have my notes and I'll, write lines down here or there, and it sort of can be a bit scattered. And then when it all hits, I can sort of smash them out like very quickly.
Yes.
So I sort of, to help with that, like unscattering of my brain, sort of started just like listing out all the the ideas for the songs, like sort of the working title tracks, the ideas, like what I wanted to write about.
Yes.
And then sort of when the ideas or things happened or the lines randomly come, it just would be like, that kind of works for this, and then or this song, and then it would sort of kind of trigger a bit of a spiral effect of like, okay, I can start doing this, and then it just kind of worked out, like as I was doing that I was kind of mapping out like a 4 or 5 year period of my life.
Yeah.
And then, it was kind of like setting an essay out. It was like, we're
Yes.
going to start here,
Yeah.
or rather, we're going to start down here at the bottom, and then we're going to end up here at The Music Lives On. And then in between is just kind of the roller coaster of life, and so I did map it out, and there is a fair chronological order. And each song has its own story, but then collectively they all tell a bigger story.
Yeah, your diary, and as Scott's got up on the screen there, it's a 12-song album, which I cannot wait to hear tomorrow. And I really love you guys, I really do, but I'm not staying up to midnight to listen, but I will listen really early in the morning.
Yeah, please do.
Paula's jumped in and said that she loves your music. Country Girl said congratulations. Jonathan Deering said to say hello. So hi guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Now we were just discussing how that up and down and that storyline of the album. For you, being that you finished it in 2023, does it feel strange sort of going back out and I'm sure you're preparing for your show, your tour, playing songs that have been around for that long? Do you feel like you're still in that mode, or do you feel like you've kind of rolled on and there's sort of new chapters that it doesn't?
I feel like it's both. I don't know. I feel like maybe being a little bit of a creative person, those emotions or feelings are always going to be there, and I feel like, that's a good way to put it. Like, it's like my diary, I guess. Having it on paper and reading it back or playing it back kind of takes you right back. Although, maybe some of the, more lows or heavy emotional feelings just might not be as, raw and strong now.
Yes.
Because, not going through that anymore, like literally come out the other side and just got married, and life's going pretty good. So but I still think when it comes to playing it live, songs like Dear God or Too Far Gone, I still think it's pretty easy to tap into those emotions because you've already felt them.
Yeah, and it's still it's who you are. It's part of you, isn't it? Like it is, and I guess that's the amazing thing. Have you? And I know you've been performing and doing songs. Have you got to play majority of these songs live at some point before now, or are some of them ones that world hasn't heard outside of your circle?
Probably half and half, I'm going to say. Sort of like as we were bringing the singles out, they'd get added in. So we played a bunch of them, quite a few times. But yeah, once this album comes out, I'll put it this way: Lockie and Jamin have been coming over to have a jam with me on them because I was like, what the hell are the chords to these again? How did we do this? I have to remember how to do it all. So it's been a hot minute since being in the studio, and gonna have to be some relearning before we play them live.
You know what? Your songs, if you play them different every time, your choice. No one can say you got it wrong. At least.
100%. Because I will get them wrong. It's just
that's the beauty of live, though, isn't it? I think what makes a live performance so fun and special is those unexpected moments that come out. And I think that for me is as good as having it. It's actually probably almost better than having the perfect set. You just adapt to it, and people, it's just part of the story, I guess. But
I agree with that, and we have plenty of those moments. So you would probably like that.
I cannot wait to see you guys again live. I think the last time I saw you play live was when you opened for Josh at his.
What was that? Was that start of last year?
Yeah, January last year. So
Yeah.
just it'll be a year and a half ago, if you think of it. Like we were about to hit the 6 months, scarily enough. I know, isn't it? Now you guys have been preparing for the album launch. Your tickets are now on sale for the album launch. Where is it? Tell us all those details. I can't wait to hear how it goes.
Well, of course, if you go to our website, zaccrossband.com, you will see them there, ready to buy. And obviously, I'm plastering them all over the socials to try and get, naturally people to buy tickets. And, look, it's in our hometown. One of the OG venues from town is reopening back up. It's going to be, I think it's going to be special. And, we're going to do some stuff that we've never done before, and just try and bring a lot of energy and a lot of emotion. And I think if you can, you really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great, and you can still get tickets for that one. There is a link on some of our slides, a QR code, and there's some links in the comments for you to either pre-save the album. And I think I put one in there earlier for ticket sales. So if it's not there, I'll double check at the end, but I'm pretty sure it is. So if you can get to the gig, please go. Send us some photos, because I'm not going to be able to get there, and I'm very unhappy about that. So rub it in. Tell us a little bit more. You guys have been practicing as a band. You guys are so close and always seem to have so much fun on the road. I've heard a few stories of airport trips of late, and I've had some big laughs hearing about what you guys get up to on the road. But you all work so well as a team, and you all obviously support each other so well. Do you enjoy, or are there fights sometimes on the road? Is it always smooth sailing with you guys?
I feel like for the most part, well, look, I'm not going to say anything is smooth sailing. It's just in our nature not to be smooth. But I feel like we actually all get on pretty well, and as a collective, work really hard to make it that way. I spend more time with those boys nearly than I do with my own wife. And in patches, we were just on the road playing. Always building towards something. You got to get on.
Yes.
You have. It has to be fun still, and not feel like a slog. So yeah, we get on pretty well, and even outside of playing, we'll have a beer and go and watch a footy together or something. So I get on with the boys, and I think that's what makes it fun when we get on the road. We look forward to it.
Yeah, you're actually enjoying the moment, and supporting each other, and because sometimes on the road you're exhausted, you're tired, and it's sometimes I have been out with bands that by the end of the tour they're just almost hating each other, but you guys I've looked at you guys and God, they don't look like they're having fun. You always look like you're all enjoying it and just living in the moment with it.
I think you just got to talk a certain level of rubbish, and just put a lot of I don't know if you can swear, but put a lot of shit on each other.
Yeah.
To get through it. If it's serious all the time, and all business no play, then it's not going to be fun. So yeah, absolutely. I just think we just rip on each other a lot and try and make the most of it all.
Absolutely. Now, coming up to the album launch and the new tour, have you got some merch that's coming out that people can get when you're on the road or order off of your website? What sort of things have you got at the moment?
Yes, we do have some brand new merch that has literally just rocked up like a week or two ago, and I've just realized I'm not even doing this to promote our own merch. I just put a hat on because I'm so cool. But this is case in point right here. But merch is all loaded up again on the website and Shopify and socials and all that sort of jazz, and we will have it at our shows as well. So excellent. Get on it.
Cannot wait. So tell us you've got album out tomorrow. You've got the album launch coming up. Whereabouts can we expect to see you on this tour as it comes up?
Well, we're going to be traveling all around Queensland, obviously, like we always do. Gympie Muster is obviously a good one to get to, but there's a whole bunch of dates that are going to come out hopefully soon. We're really going to try and get interstate and travel all over the countryside, literally. I'm just a little bit behind the 8 ball on it, like I said, because I had to tools down for a bit. So
I think you can be for that.
yeah. I hopefully in the next 3 or 4 weeks we'll release the rest of those dates and come and see us.
It's so exciting. I can't wait to see you guys, venture out further. But yes, Gympie Muster I think is going to be a highlight for you guys. The muster is always an amazing feeling, whether you're playing or there just to watch. It's just a special festival that we have here in Australia. So I'm so excited to see you guys on that lineup. And yeah, I cannot wait to see where you're heading.
I think the vibe of the Gympie Muster, I don't know what it is about it. It just feels so different.
It does.
To anything else. And fun little side fact for you. Obviously the music lives on. I was saying is about my pop, KC. Yeah. My whole family's from Gympie, so it's
even more special.
Maybe a little bit extra special as well.
Yes, absolutely. I haven't been to the muster for nearly. Actually, it's probably 12 years now since I've been to the muster. So I am actually thinking about heading up this time because I know you guys are going to be playing and I just think it'd be nice to come and just enjoy it for a change.
Yeah, for sure. Come buy some merch and have a beer.
Done. Do you guys go for the whole festival? Even do you try and make it if you can?
Well, we're just weighing that up. Just trying to work out our plans with that. I know the boys, especially Jamin, I think is keen to. We just had such a fat time last time. I think he's like, can we just go back and enjoy it for as long as we can? So, I'd say we probably will end up going, for the whole weekend. So, because it's usually just so rush, get there, play in and out. But it'd be nice to go there and actually just enjoy it for what it is.
Relax, yeah, and that's the hard thing, isn't it? We, like you guys, we all go to so many festivals, but when you think about it, we hardly ever hear music because it's all work.
Yeah, literally.
We do. So to be able to say I want to go to the muster to just enjoy it is such a great thing, and not always something we can do at all.
Exactly.
Now, new album coming out, and this is going to sound really heavy, but tell me, have you been writing? Have you got more songs in the process for this, or have you actually just put it on hold, waiting for the album to come out and then sort of start again?
It's a really good question, actually. I love that you asked that because, like I was saying before, the creativity sparks. Sometimes there can be a little bit of time between it, especially when you are really busy. So it has been a hot minute between writing, but it's just so strange. Like in the last probably 2 weeks, like definitely have started writing again and getting super creative. And even Lockie's been sending, sort of working on some stuff, and Bailey's starting to send me lyrics through. And I think having Jamin on board and hanging out with him a lot, he is just like such a creative guy and is like constantly like coming up with new lyrics and jamming new songs out all the time. I think that's kind of inspired a little bit of like the juices flowing again. And I think probably coupled with actually having to practice some of the old stuff and pick up a guitar.
Yes.
It's probably like, hey, while I'm here, let's just figure some stuff out. But back to the studio in July, so see what we can do with.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah. It's for me, like I always love asking those questions because songwriting is so individual. And some people, you hear people that need to just keep doing it purely just to keep that flowing. Other people need to stop a project and have a big break so that they're not writing something that sounds the same all the time. So it's one of my favorite questions to hear how it works for different artists and what you do to get out of those sort of things in your head.
I feel like I really can be creative all the time. I feel like probably the reason why I'm not is just because of how much other stuff occupies all your time.
Yes.
we made a point at the start of this year to, we tried to release quite consistently last year, which obviously takes up a lot of time and is a big effort and, outside of normal life. And so we made a point, like, once this that ride, for a fair bit. And, we've got one song locked in, later on in the year, but we're just going to try relax on the releasing, post album, so we can, give ourselves the space to be creative again. And I'm going to try and make a consistent effort to just pick up the guitar and just write more often, because back in the day, you'd be writing all the time. Every time you have a shitty day or something happens,
You're picking
or
it
you're
up.
feeling all lovey and whatever, you're constantly writing. So I want to get back to that.
Yeah, and I think, even when you do the writing, it doesn't necessarily mean it's one that's going to hit out in the world, but it's kind of like you write something bad and then a couple of years later you pick that up again and the whole good thing comes out of it. So it's one of those things that if you've got something in your head, get it out. And then, for me, that's what I prefer to do.
100%. Like, I mean, say Take the Blame, for example. We put that out, end of last year. That, I was having a pretty bad day. I think it might have been in trouble from Ashley, to be honest with you. And I just started, writing some lyrics down, sort of, just blowing off steam, I guess. But by the time I sort of was getting to the end of it, my whole perspective changed on, like, what I was feeling. Once you say it out loud, you go, you know what, damn, probably is my fault. And I guess I'm going to have to take the blame. So, like, from how the song started, just writing down what I was feeling, thinking, just it all changed by the end. And it really helped. Then we made a song out of it, and I think it's pretty good too. So
it is, yeah. And also it's a song that people relate to.
Yeah.
We all have moments like that.
100%. And I think that's what the whole album's really about, to be honest. It's like a bit of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back, like literally nothing's ever smooth sailing, like you have your bad days. Just because you overcome something doesn't mean that you're not going to feel that again, or, time, it doesn't take time to heal a wound or something. So, I just feel like that's kind of like a fair theme in a lot of the songs.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, that's such an important thing to think about. And I think one thing COVID did do for us is it did slow us down to make us realize that we need to do that. And I suppose having the time to sit and write all the time probably got a lot of emotions out for people. And it was a bit of like a reset almost in that time. And when you would have been writing for this was through the thick of COVID. Because, as you finished in 2023. So, a lot of that would have been in that hard time.
It's kind of funny because I feel like songwriting in a way is like, I guess depending on who you are, can be like your own personal therapy as well. Like, it doesn't mean they're all sad, or they don't all have to be heavy, like emotionally heavy. We do write a lot of happy things and, like, feel good stuff too. But, like, I mean, either way, if you're not feeling good, you can use that creativity to get it off your chest, like you said. Or if you're feeling good, like, let's write this down.
Let's enjoy it. It's no different to a photo. It's capturing the moment, isn't it? And and a memory with it. I think that's something that I often think when you're watching artists on stage and singing original music like that. You sort of sit there thinking, are you getting flashbacks of that moment when you're actually up there performing? Does it take you back to those moments and those places in your mind of why you're in front of everybody singing?
I'll tell you, like when we were playing the Gympie Muster last year, was it last year? Might have been the year before. When I knew I was going to propose to Ashley, we were playing one of our first songs that we ever put out, Times Like These, off our EP, and like Ashley came and a lot of her family came down too. And I don't know, I played that song 100 times, 1,000 times, but for some reason with them there playing it at the muster, and like I knew what was coming, like I started getting real. I think I was like tearing up on stage when it's it's not a sad song. I was just getting hella emotional, and then fast forward to the wedding. Ashley, she surprised me coming down the aisle. She had this big long veil on. She had Times Like These written on the bottom of it. It was just
Oh, how beautiful.
yeah. It was
Wow.
just awesome. Yeah. So yeah, it's funny, like, you know, I don't know how the song just affects you differently at different times, or the words, or looking back, or
Yeah.
how that song can even have a different meaning for you later on after you've written it. So
Yeah, true, because it does it for listeners as well. Like what I listen to hear for in that song, and what the next person listens and hears, it tells us all a story, and it's your story, but it also turns into the listener's story, and what it becomes something in their mind and their memories as well, which is just the power of music, really.
I feel like Too Far Gone is probably a real good example of that for us. Like, that's not a happy song, really. It's like a bit of a breakup, like I Miss You, like We're Too Far Gone sort of song.
Yeah.
But so many people have, like, said to us, like, oh, well, we took it as like a love song, like you've fallen in love, and like now we're too far gone sort of thing. And I was like, well, there you go, interpret it your own way.
Grows its own legs, and
Yeah.
that's probably one of my favorite things in music, is seeing things like that happen, and it takes its own ideas on. I know that we've been talking for half an hour, and you've probably got another interview to do, but before we do, tell us about the film clip for the current single. It looks like you guys have just had fun on the road, and just it sort of makes you feel like you kind of know each of you watching it. Tell us about the making of it and how that all came about.
Yeah, well, it's if I'm being really, really honest, the reason why we did it like that was really because again, I keep using it as an excuse, but I didn't have a lot of time recently to go ahead and film and do a music video. So I always, and plus I always wanted to do, like, I love those sort of montage, videos where you get to see all the behind the scenes stuff in the studio, and the traveling around, and I don't know, bands just carrying on a little bit. And it turns out we have a lot of documented footage from the last few years. A lot of it we couldn't use, a little bit inappropriate, but I reached out to Josh, actually, Setterfield. He put that together for us, and sort of sent him all the stuff, and yeah, just sort of the way that he's done it, and how, like, all the cheeky moments, or like the emotional moments, even, like, it just come, I don't know, to me it come together really well. I think there's something cool about, like, a fairly emotionally charged song, like in a good way, with like video content that's kind of like super happy, like there's a lot of like goofing around and smiling, and like the boys having fun, and I don't know, it does kind of like capture that reminiscing, like all the good times sort of thing. So like, I don't know, to me it come together awesome. I'm happy as with it.
It's lots of fun to watch. It's just a collage of what you do, and I'm very similar to you. I love seeing the behind the scenes stuff, because that's when you guys are relaxed, and you're in those moments. You're not performing. You're just you're just doing what you guys have got to do to get through the day, and it's always so interesting for people to watch and see what it's like when you're not on that stage with the lights on you.
100%. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's a fair bit of shenanigans that happen on the stage, but off the stage is probably times that by 10. So it's you probably get to see our true, like, stupid selves.
Yes. Yep. Before we wrap it up, have you got one song on the album that we probably haven't heard yet, that's one that you're really excited for people to get to hear, or is it just all of them mean as much to you?
Oh, they to be honest, like, I think they're actually all pretty fire, but in their own ways. And like, I guess, word of warning, maybe, like, all, a lot of the songs you've heard so far are probably a little bit more radio friendly, and like not as they're not all as rock and rolly. So like the rest of the songs to come out are quite punchy, and have a bit of a heavier sound. So if you do like that sound, a happy song number 11,
Okay.
turns it the hell on. So give that one a go.
I love that. It's funny, isn't it? Because when you listen to an album as you were sort of saying, I like to listen to the album from top to bottom, because that's what you have as an artist, or the people that the whole team have gone, this is how it sounds best, and this is how you get the most of this storytelling from 1 to 12 or whatever the albums are. But then I also am a bit like, sometimes I like to mix the order up as well.
Yeah.
It's just, it's funny. But so the first listen to an album for me is 1 to the end, and then it's like, oh, I might play this one and then this one behind it, and just you make your own fun doing that as well. Maybe I'm just odd, but that's what I do.
I'm the same, and I feel like honestly, depending on the mood I'm in on the day, will just depend on where I'm going to start or what what I'm going to listen to. So I think something like a heavy song is probably a little bit potentially left field for some people, but I love it. It's,
I can't wait. And there's always room for anything in country music, which it's heavier does suit some people, it doesn't others. I love the mix. Like, if someone gets in my car and listens to my songs, it'll go from Slim Dusty to like a heavy rock song. It's such a mix, and I love that we've got so much room to play in this industry, which is cool.
Yeah, and it gives you plenty of room to be creative too. We never know like what direction we want to go in sometimes, It's,
do you do much writing with other artists, so other than your band? Has that ever opened you up to sounds that you never thought you would work with by writing with other people? Is that something
I haven't yet, as of yet, but I think moving past this album, that's something I definitely want to do, is collab with some people and open my mind to some new stuff or methods or other people's processes, or how can I learn and improve, or how can you help me sort of find my creative flow. I'm kind of open to anything, and like I would really, really love to do it. Obviously we have Jamin in the band, and he's going to be doing his own thing too, so there's also that space to be able to do a natural in-house / collab as well. So I think I'm excited for it to be out, so we kind of can focus on being creative again. I'm really looking forward to it.
I am too, and congratulations on both the wedding and the new album finally being here. I cannot wait till tomorrow morning. That's going to be in my car all the way to work, and probably all day on the speakers at work, because everybody needs to know that it's out. That's what I need. All of my participants need to know that it's out, and enjoy it. But I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us tonight and always coming back. I just want to say good luck tomorrow on the charting. Good luck for the album launch. But please send some photos through so we can pop them up for everybody to enjoy.
Definitely. Thank you for having me. I love doing this one every time. It's heaps of fun.
Thank you. It is lots of fun. It goes so quick.
It does. Talk for hours.
Exactly. Guys, it has been wonderful to see you all again. I know I've had a couple of weeks where we haven't been as good. Phones have been down here completely, and it's been challenging to keep in touch with people. But thank you all for joining, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great night, everyone.